time for justice, shovel justice. I'm here with Sean Velasco of Yacht Club Games showing off Shovel Knight. So let's get right into it and let's see what happens.
All right.
So what can you tell us about the development of this game? How did it get all started?
Well, as you can see, we have a very retro style that we're just wearing right on our sleeve. So the entire game was built around the idea of doing like a down thrust. So you can see, like here I can down thrust. And before we even came up with the shovel, it was like, well, what can we do with a down thrust? Well, we could use it to bounce on enemies. We could use it to dig through soft dirt like I'm doing right here. Maybe you could use it to like do epic sword battles. Maybe you could use it to dig up tons of treasure. And so we thought, okay, well, let's just make the weapon a shovel and let's make it a shovel knight, right? So the gameplay itself is very inspired by classic NES games. As you can tell, the down thrust mechanic and the combat and the platforming is really what we're focusing on.
Now, you guys, it looks really good. I mean, you guys were from way forward. So what did you guys work on in the past to get to this?
Members of our development team have worked on A Boy and His Blob, Contra 4, Double Dragon Neon was our latest game, Blood Rain Betrayal, and Mighty Milky Way. The list goes on. So this stuff it runs in our blood. We love making this type of game, 2D side scrollers, platform games, and obviously the influences here are relatively obvious. But we're trying to make something all our own.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looks, besides Mega Man and Castlevania, it looks like there's a lot of franchises it just takes from. What are some like ones that maybe people might not know of or might know?
Well, I mean, we've heard a lot of people say DuckTales. I think just because of the down thrust, and I mean, I want to touch on Zelda 2 because I think it's just such an underappreciated game. The feel of the sword combat is so excellent. Like we're huge Dark Souls fans, and I feel like only Zelda 2 and Dark Souls are like the games that like really give you a feeling of sword combat that's like really like you can feel that back and forth and that excellence. So that's what we're trying to accomplish also with this game, except with a shovel.
Now I noticed that we saw a map before the game started. So is the game like more open-ended or is it like full like stage-based?
Well, the game is going to be stage-based, and it's we're going to have waves of levels that unlock over time. Or not over time, but as you defeat them. So, like, let's say you'll beat the intro stage, and then 2 more stages will become unlocked for you. If you beat one of those, then another round of stages will be unlocked until it goes all the way up until the end.
Now you guys are fairly new at Yacht Club Games. How does Shovel Knight really fit into the philosophy of Yacht Club Games?
Well, I mean, at Yacht Club Games, we really want to make games that are gameplay first, games that are focused on the fun, games that have like a little bit of humor. Humor and levity is what we keep saying. Games didn't used to be so damn serious all the time, and that's something that we'd like to remedy a little bit. We would love to make multiplayer games that you play together with friends, games that kids can play. And just the same kinds of stuff that we played when we were kids, that defined our whole generation of gamers.
Now, I know it's coming out so far for PC, 3DS, and Wii U when it's done. Are there going to be any planned specific differences between the 3 versions, or is it going to be mostly the same?
Well, it's a little bit too early for us to say, but obviously we want to make really good use of the 3DS and the Wii U's other screens, and we're taking a really close look at some of the multiplayer capabilities of the Wii U, but we really can't say anything right now.
Yeah, and understandably, then this game is like only a few months old, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Shovel Knight is about 10 to 15% complete, although we have been working on the tech for a while. So, yeah, I mean, everything that you see here, there's other than this, there's not a whole heck of a lot else. But we've been getting the gameplay really honed. We've been getting our enemies in there, trying to come up with something that's going to be really fun. And, and that's what we got. Yeah, so like here, right? Like doing these jumps and then coming up, running on top of the HUD. It's like, it strikes this feeling that of nostalgia and just of like warmth that we're all really going for.
Now, I know this game is going through Kickstarter right now, and I have a pretty good feeling it's going to make it within the next couple of days at the very least.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
So, obviously you have a positive view of it, but how do you see Kickstarter in the future of game development?
Well, I mean, Kickstarter has opened up such a wide swath of people to be able to develop games on their own. We've seen so many developers break off and use Kickstarter to start their own companies or to make their own games. And then, on top of that, you can see franchises that you love, like Torment, right? Just recently was kickstarted for like a huge amount of money. So, I think it's just great. You get games that people are really excited about, and they can fund them themselves, and they can, the people can take the risk that a publisher would maybe not want to take.
Now, obviously, Yacht Club Games came from WayForward. How has it been different to work on an independent venture as opposed to WayForward? Though even that was pretty independent beforehand, but now we're really independent. So how has that been?
We're only about half a dozen people at the Yacht Club, so it's really kind of like working just on a small development team. We have a very flat structure, so even though everyone would generally defer to me for creative matters, if everyone disagrees with me, then that's not going to go in the game. And so it's really cool because it's just very collaborative, and we're able to just iterate on the fun really, really quickly. And I think that's why you can see the fun coming through in something that we've developed even in a short time.
Now, actually, I forgot to ask this, but after looking at this game for so long, I still don't know what the game's about. What is Shovel Knight about? What is he doing?
Okay, well, Shovel Knight's goal of the game is to defeat the evil enchantress and to save his lost beloved. And so it's a very traditional game story, but we're planning on branching it out a little bit, so it's not going to be quite just the Nintendo non-story that maybe you were used to. So we're hoping to, the game looks very retro, but we're hoping to bridge retro and modern and make something that's very unique and has a very fresh feel.
I take it this is the ominous boss hallway?
Yes, yeah, I know, right? It's like my spine is tingling. Here we go. This is King Knight. So we were going through his gilded castle. You can see he's very self-aggrandizing. And here, Are
all the characters knights?
Yes. So the Enchantress has... Look at that. That's like the haters gonna hate block. Yeah. So there are going to be 8 evil knights, and the Enchantress is she's basically the boss of all of them. So you're going to have to go through each level, and then on top of that, you're going to have to go through the Enchantress's castle and defeat her at the end. So yeah, you see, you have these horns come in.
You get power-ups from them? Sorry, I just need to cut in there.
No, but we do have. You can see here, there's almost like a Castlevania-style sub-weapon that I got out of that chest, and we haven't quite settled on exactly what we're going to do for the power-ups, but we do definitely want to have an upgradable Shovel Knight. Since digging up treasure and collecting items is a really big part of this game, we want to make sure there's a lot of really cool stuff that people are going to be able to purchase with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you get power-ups, do you get anything to replace the shovel, or is that going to be his main primary weapon, like the vampire killer?
If we had another weapon, it would be a shovel. Yeah.
A different shovel.
Yeah.
Actually, we did see Polar Knight, and you just got him.
Yeah.
And Polar Knight's got a different shovel.
Yeah, he has a snow shovel. So, we didn't want to go too crazy with the gardening tools, but the shovel definitely is a big part of the game.
Right, so I guess I was going to ask the question, when can we expect to hear more of it? But it's coming winter 2013.
Yeah, if the Kickstarter funds.
So that means get the Kickstarter, do it now. I don't care what you're doing. Stop, put your wallet out, take out your credit card, and help support Yacht Club Games.